Hi, I'm Steven.
Cory.
We're from Just Got Played, and today we're talking about Zooloretto. So I'm going to go down to the table and show you how the game is played, and then we'll come back and tell you what we thought about it. In Zooloretto, you're building a zoo. So your zoo has different enclosures, and each enclosure can only have one type of animal in it. And there's a certain number of spaces for the animals in each enclosure, and they're different. So the thing that you'll do most often on your turn is you'll reach into the bag and you'll pull out one of these tiles. Once you've pulled out the tile, you need to put it on one of the delivery trucks. So this is a 3-player game. There would be 3 different delivery trucks, one for each player, and then each player has their own zoo board. The other thing that you can do on your turn that you will do every round is you will take a delivery truck and then you'll be out of it for the round. So for instance, let's say I took this delivery truck when it was my turn. So I would take it over here and now I have to put all of these animals into my zoo. So for instance, if I were to put this here, now I have a matching pair of male and female and they would create a baby. So I would get that for free, and that also has to go in my zoo. So in this case, I would finish the enclosure, I would get a coin, and at the end of the game, I will get 5 points for that full enclosure. Now over here, you could see, I have another zebra that could go here. Again, I have a matched pair of a male and female, so I would get a baby again, but because that baby doesn't fit in that enclosure, it would have to go in my barn, which is bad because every different species in your barn at the end of the game is negative points. And again, I would have to take this as well because that was on the truck that I chose. I don't have an enclosure to put that in, so again, in my barn. It doesn't actually hurt me because I already had a panda in there. So those are the things that you're going to do most often, but there are ways that you can spend these coins that you're getting. So for instance, and there it comes with a sort of handy cheat sheet here. So I can move a token. So for instance, maybe I had an elephant in here for some reason. I wanted to move it out of the barn, or I wanted to move an elephant into the barn or something like that. I could pay 1 coin. I could exchange animal species. So for instance, I could exchange this and decide, well, I think I'm going to be able to get more pandas than elephants. And that costs me a coin. If somebody has, maybe somebody has another panda in their barn, I can buy that panda and put it in my enclosure. I give them 1 coin and then I put 1 coin back in the bank. You can pay 2 coins to discard a token. So for instance, if I had 2 coins, I could pay that. Maybe I could just discard this zebra because again, that's negative points at the end of the game. Or I can pay 3 coins. So if I have that, to expand my zoo. Like that. So now I have another enclosure. So again, the first number is if it's full at the end of the game, you get that number of points. If it's 1 short of full, you'll get that number of points at the end of the game. And if you complete the enclosure, meaning you fill it up, you get those coins. So I would have gotten 2 when I completed that one, 1 when I completed that one, etc. You can also get coins here because they can be on the trucks. You can also get these kiosks. So there are spaces for kiosks around the board. Each type of kiosk you have is worth points at the end of the game, but also if you have an enclosure that isn't full, that has a kiosk next to it, you will get points for those animals at the end of the game because you didn't get these points. So that is basically how you play and score the game. Let's go back and we'll tell you what we thought of it. So, Cory, what would you say is your favorite thing about Zooloretto?
Well, my favorite thing about Zooloretto is the drafting. I like the way that you can choose when you draft. You can put it in a cart that maybe someone else don't want, and or put the ones you want in a cart, and you know no one's going to take it, or you don't know. So it's like kind of all of the things, right? So I like the draft mechanic a lot.
Yeah, I like that mechanism a lot. It feels like, sort of I split, you choose, because you're putting things on the trucks and somebody's going to take them. And I like that. Well, I'm going to put this over here in this truck and see if you'll take it. Or, hey, I'm going to make this truck good for you, so you'll take that one and I get a different truck. And so, I love that decision space. For me, I really like the theme, right? I like the theme of building a zoo. It's really easy for people to get into that theme. There's a version on BoardGameGeek where somebody rethemed this as a Pokemon Zooloretto. And so I'm thinking about maybe doing a little print and play of that and getting my kids interested in the game.
Share that info. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. So I'll let you know how that turns out if I ever get around to doing it. I really like that. But if there's one thing that you don't like about the game, what would you say that is?
Well, what I don't like about the game is, I had a brain fart.
Well, so what I don't like about the game is there's a little bit of randomness. Right?
Yeah.
So you're the animals that are coming out of the truck, and so early on in the game, you're like, well, what animal am I going to put in what enclosure? And okay, I'm going to go after kangaroo, and I'm going to put those in the in this enclosure, and then it's my big enclosure, and they're not coming out. And sure, there are ways to move them around, but you have to pay money, and money is tight, and so you can really just feel like randomness stacked the game against you. So
yeah. I've seen someone get hate drafted, and they immediately wanted to play again, and it was a bad experience for them. But at least they wanted to play again. That's great.
Yeah, the game is quick. So is the hate drafting sort of your dislike?
No, it doesn't bother me too much. So with my dislike was more such of the. I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know what you were going to say either.
What did I not like about the game?
It's a really good game, right? So let's just get that out.
Well, so maybe like the animals. I'm going to pick my favorite animal almost every time. Well, favorite animals, right? But if there was an animal I was kind of forced to have to draft and put into my enclosure, if I'm going to take it, maybe it should do a thing that I do like. And the animal, it's just drafting. It's just kind of like that set collection, right? Where you're just collecting them, and
there's no variety.
There's no variety in the animals.
That's it. Right?
They're promo tiles, but they don't really do that much either, right? So yeah, I don't want to be stuck with. I don't like camels. Flamingos are okay. I really don't like getting stuck with them either. I'm gonna always pick the monkey and the lions. And
I have the King of the Beasts edition, which adds lions. So you have to take one of the species out in order to play the lions.
Instead of the
cheetahs, I think
cheetah,
is what it recommends.
jaguar.
You can take out anything. Or you can just put them all in there and just throw caution to the wind and play the game wrong. So.
I'll just take out all the animals I don't like, and we have to play with the ones I like. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Cool. So, classic game, Zooloretto. I'm Steven.
Cory.
And this has just got played. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye.